Hey, what's up, guys? What are the chances that Jupiter is facing us on Earth exactly head on if we are truly living in a random, godless, meaningless universe? And what I mean by that is if it's like a sphere with these stripes, the problem is, or what is highly unlikely, is that it's facing us on Earth exactly dead head on, instead of like this, which is how it would look, if it wasn't exactly facing us. Like if a sphere was kind of just thrown up in the air randomly and photographed, you would see the stripes are kind of running along the surface at any number of different directions, encompassing the volume of that form. But that's not what we see when we look at Jupiter. And I mean, I don't know, to make it easier, I mean, like, this is a similar look, striped ball. If we look up at Jupiter from the Earth with a telescope at any time, we're never going to see it like that or like that. You know what I'm saying? If it was random or like this, we most likely would not be perfectly head on like this one, but even more head on, because this one shows the volume of that sphere as the stripes kind of curve to go along the volume across the top and the bottom. They begin to bow out this way and that way. And I was gonna say this for later, but it's almost like when you look at the actual Jupiter, it's almost like when you really look at it, it looks like a hole. This is a hole, and what's happening is there's movement too. I'll show in a video later. Those stripes move. It's like a river that's just passing by. It'd be like if I had let's say I make a hole. We go over here to the blinds. I'm gonna move up, so it looks like, but pretend it's not me moving, but the blinds, like, what I'm saying? Kind of looks like, I'm gonna try to get it right. Like there's this kind of flow, if you can use your imagination. And I'll show you what I mean. What we got here? Well, there's just more pictures of it. I mean, any time you look, this is what you're gonna see. Always like that, dead head on. And remember what I was saying about the stripes kind of bowing towards the top and bottom because it's a sphere. If you think of it differently, like it's just a hole in some kind of black covering with like a river passing through. That's kind of what it looks like when you look at the movement of it. Just have a video of that. But my main point here is that it's facing, whether it's a sphere or not, it's facing us. If it's not a sphere, that's even crazier. It's like a hole. That's definitely proof something fishy is going on and things aren't as we're told. So let's check out this video. And I mean, I'll say this is from NASA. And when you see Jupiter from different angles, it's like it's a computer animation. I'm sorry to tell you, the Globers would say, "Oh, you guys always just say it's computer animation." I mean, let me see. I did have. Oh, okay, right here. I'll show you what I mean. Wait a minute. Oh man, let me if I could go back here. I'll prove that. Okay, let's watch this video. Okay, yeah, this is the one I wanted. Just like we're doing a flyby of Jupiter from a satellite. It's a little slow. I'm gonna tell you how I know this is fake. First of all, Me, I can tell just by looking at it, this is computer animation. Because I did go to art school, and I know the difference between reality and things that are computer generated imagery and motion picture. This ain't real. But so I can tell by looking at it. But another way you can tell, where's the movement? These swirls, these are like clouds. They're supposed to be moving at a great speed. No movement. And here's another problem. If it's shot from a satellite passing by, how fast is that thing going? I mean, this planet is supposed to be humongo, according to what they tell us. It's just passing it up like that, man. I mean, it takes like a plane 48 hours to fly around the Earth, supposedly. Jupiter is way bigger than Earth. And even going something, I guess if it's going escape velocity 25,000 miles an hour, it ain't passing up Jupiter like this fast. No way. And if it was going that fast, then there would be definitely more movement. Or no, this is what I'm trying to say. If let's say they're speeding up actual video so that we don't get bored, then all this would be sped up too, and we'd see it moving super fast, but there's no movement at all. It's not, I don't see it moving at all. If it is moving, it's so slow I don't notice it. And that wouldn't match up if they are running it fast forward, so in a fast motion, so that we don't get bored. So, you know, I didn't read it much, but I imagine they're saying this is video shot from one of their satellites. Yeah, right. It's not. Okay, what do we got? So, here's real video footage of Jupiter sat from a ground-based telescope from just a regular guy. Again, get closer. It's those stripes are straight across. You know, there's no. I'm showing this because I want to show you. There's never a situation where you're gonna look up at Jupiter with a high-power zoom or telescope and see that striped ball at any other angle relative to Earth than dead straight on, which puts us at least, I'm trying to say here, it would mean we're central, or it would at least be very unlikely. What are the chances of that? But I'll go further, because there's this thing, the axis of, let me stop that video. The axis of evil. If you guys haven't heard about that, you can read up on it. The axis of evil, a cause for cosmic concern. And basically says, according to the standard model, the universe is isotropic, or much the same everywhere. At first, the first sign that this might not be the case came in 2005 when Kate Land and Joao Megunjo, some mad name of Imperial College London, noticed a curious pattern in the map of the cosmic microwave background, CMB, created by NASA's WMAP satellite. You know what I'm gonna say right there? Who knows how high are those satellites? There are some crafts up there, but nothing's going outside of Earth's atmosphere. The air's too thin. They can't maneuver in space. So there may be satellites up close, getting up high, but that like Battlestar Galactica space universe, where you can go up in a spaceship and fly from planet to planet, that's all a nice story. But anyway, this satellite gave back some information. which wasn't in space. It was high up, but not that high. Not in a place that is not possible to enter, I'm saying, or that probably doesn't exist the way we're told. I gotta stop and make these comments, because if I read something like this, it's gonna, kind of contradict what we're putting forward here, that Earth is flat, we're central and important, God is the creator, it's not random, and space travel is a hoax. Okay, so it seemed to show that, continuing, it seemed to show that some hot and cold spots in the cosmic microwave background, CMB, are not distributed randomly as expected, but are aligned along what Maguglioho dubbed as the axis of evil. For them, it's bad news because they don't like God messing up their plans. They'd rather have a godless universe for some weird reason. They don't want to know that they had to, we might have to answer for what we're doing with the time we've been given here, and receive the love of our Creator. That they're just some kind of funny style thing where they don't seem to like that idea. They'd rather have it where they can do as thou will, as Aleister Crowley said, the Satanist. You can do as thou will if there's no God, but if you have to answer, you can have a problem. So that's why for them it's the axis of evil. But for us it's good news. It's more proof we're right and they're wrong. Yeah. What do we have here? Yeah, so that's that for now. So, well, what it showed, that microwave background showed that actually if you read more, you'll see that the way it's lined up, the pattern leads to a central point, which is us here on Earth. The pattern lines up in a way that shows we are central. Jupiter shows up in a way that shows we are central because it faces us head on. Yeah, so I thought, that was interesting. I haven't heard anyone talk about that. In fact, Jupiter, with its stripe, is always looking at us dead on. That's kind of the point of this here video.